Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watchers, and today we are going to be doing some more opening reactions. So I don't do many opening reactions on this channel. The last ones that I did was the One Piece opening reactions, and now I'm watching One Piece on the channel. But people seem to really like that sort of thing, and I enjoyed doing it. I like looking at openings. I mean, I love watching OPs. Generally, I don't watch OPs of shows that I'm not watching because I want to, you know, keep it a surprise for like when and if I'm watching it. But if I'm making a video out of it, I think it's probably worth it. So I've never seen the Naruto openings for the most part, because I've never watched Naruto. Other than when I was a kid, I did watch enough, like a couple episodes, enough to know that I wasn't a big fan of it when I was a kid. But I mean, the story behind this is basically the same as the story behind One Piece. I didn't like it when I was a kid. As I grew up, I saw stuff about it that I was like, oh, maybe I would have liked it, but yeah, that was a long time ago. My tastes have changed a lot since I was a kid. So, Naruto, what I know about it, I know, I mean, I've heard references to Naruto for so long that I know, you know, a lot of the characters just by name and kind of by personality and by design. I know certain, you know, special moves that they have and stuff. I played a Naruto PS3 game for a while, I think. I don't know why I had it, but I had a Naruto PS3 game and I played it for a while. It was one of those arena fighter games. I can't remember which one it was. I think there's maybe it was Ultimate Ninja Storm, actually. That might have been what it was. But I had no idea what was going on, but I still just played it and enjoyed it back then. So, I'm excited to watch these. The only OP that I know off the top of my head isn't gonna be in this video, because I believe that's an OP from Naruto Shippuden, and that's the Kanabun, OP. And that's just because I like Kanabun a lot. So if there are songs that I recognize, I think that it's very possible that there may be one or two songs that I recognize in this, either from just media osmosis, hearing it over the years of being an anime fan, or if Bang Dream or Hatsune Miku, Colorful Stage Game, have done covers of the song, because I hear a lot of anime songs through their covers. So if they've been covers on those, then I will have likely heard them. But other than that, I mean, we are just going to be going into this fresh. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to, you know, join in, like, comment, subscribe down below. I also have a Patreon, and I will be posting the full-length reaction to this on my Patreon. So if you are a patron, you get to watch the full length, and it won't be like cut up, the openings and stuff. You can just like watch them, you know, it'll be simple enough. So anyway, let's just get into the first opening, and I'll talk about other stuff as we talk about each of the OPs. So this first one, luckily Crunchyroll's posted a video of all the OPs, and it's got the setup and chapters, so that's very convenient. The first one is called Rocks, so let's jump into Rocks. This maybe sounds familiar? It's sung by Naruto. Oh, no, it doesn't sound familiar, but what? It's like it's like an 80s rock song. Wow. So, I mean, not what I'd expect for the first OP that they had, but then again, back then. Ooh. Oh, look at this animation. Wow, that was a really nice rotating shot. Oh, careful. Oh, what the? Is this the chorus? Or is this the ending? Like they fading out? I can't tell where the song is. It's just fading out. Okay, alright. Okay. Weird. Weird OP. I mean, it was, okay. Yeah, I think, I mean, the editing on OPs probably wasn't as strong back then, because the music, like, they could have found a good cut off point and they didn't. They just faded it out. But the animation on that was pretty solid. I would say something interesting to me watching that OP is it felt like the visuals were all very good, but the world felt empty just looking at it there. Like it was just like, it looks like just a generic forest, with like not many other people around and stuff, and it like basically just showed the 3 main characters and then some like random goons that came up out of nowhere. It's like when you play like an indie open world game, you know what I mean? And they have, it's an open world, but it just feels like the map is just very empty, you know, especially when you compare it to a AAA open world, you know, a GTA type world where it seems like it's very populated everywhere and there's a lot of detail everywhere. But with indie ones, they just like, you know, copy and paste the forests everywhere and then you have to just walk around that. But yeah, I mean, like, it was just interesting to me because, like, you know, I know enough about Naruto to know that I'm pretty sure there are like a lot of, I don't know what they're called, clans, factions. I'm pretty sure there's some form of civilization in there, like with different villages and towns and stuff, but I didn't really see any of that in this OP, so that was very interesting. But that rotating shot that was just like panning around them while they were all fighting, like that looked really nice, especially for an OP back then. Like they didn't cut. That seemed like that would have taken a lot of work, so that's very cool. But yeah, strange song, really weird song. Anyway, we are going to be going into the second one now, and this one is called Far Away. Let's go. Okay, this is more what I was expecting from a Naruto OP. Okay. Yeah, they've got a bit more upbeat. Why is she so far away from them in that picture? Why can't she stand next to them properly? Okay, now we're seeing more characters. I recognize a lot of these characters. Almost all of them, actually. Ooh, that... Ah! There's a lot more characters now. Look at that. Oh, another rotating shot. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Oh, Asian Kung Fu generation? Oh, this is nice as well. I like this chorus. It's very raw, garage bandy. Whoa! Ooh! Ah, that was a much better like fade out. I said fade out. I didn't mean fade out. It was a much better stopping point for the song. That was really cool. I really liked that. The down now because it sounded like it was like the song was just about to end, and then they do that final little bit. It reminds me of, I don't know if any of you are like Arctic Monkeys fans, but in Arctic Monkeys Brainstorm song, like it's all like incredibly fast paced and stuff, and then it stops, and then there's like a little bit of silence, and then it just and it just like goes fully hard for another like 10-15 seconds and then cuts off, and it's just like it gives you like a little bit more, like you were done with the song, and then it's like, nah, let's give you a tiny bit more. I like that. Yeah, good OP. I really liked the rotating shot with the characters changing, and it's like this was more what I was expecting, was like showing off these different groups of people, and I liked that it was like the parallels between them, you know. It was rotating around and it was just switching between them to show that they all have their own little groups and whatever. I'm sure they all have their own character parallels within the story as well. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed that. It was way more in line with what I was expecting from a Naruto opening than that first one. I'm really surprised with that first one, because the first one is a sort of OP I would expect like 4 seasons in, when they're going for like a more low-key arc. Like that sort of song I think would go for there, but it also, you know, maybe felt like it was a little bit of a rough, like it almost felt like an unaired pilot kind of OP. Does that make sense? Like, not that it was bad, but that it was just like it was a little off being polished. Like there was a few more things that just needed to be slightly polished. But regardless, I'm still talking about the first OP when the second OP, I mean, the second OP was just enjoyable and good and what I expected from a Naruto OP. So let's go into the third one. This is called Turning Sadness into Kindness. Ooh. Female vocals this time. Ooh. Nice. Nice vocals. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love fast vocals for verses. Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh, this is in line to be my favorite so far. Okay. Oh yeah, I like this one. Interesting effect they got. Are these supposed to be memories or who they're fighting for maybe? Or who they're planning to fight? Cool. Cool water animation. Oh, I love those vocals. Oh, that's great. That's so good. Yeah, that's my favorite one so far. I really like it's really strange because I think it almost sounds like grating. But it's just there's a fine line between like really nice strained vocals and like grating vocals, you know, like this person is just on the edge, and so it sounds like exactly as as strained as it should sound. But yeah, it sounds like they're singing in a tin cup, but it sounds good. So I really like it. Yeah, no, that was a cool OP. I mean, the visuals were still very cool. I think more distracted by the song when I was listening to it because I really liked the song, so I was bopping along to it. But from the visuals, it still looks pretty cool. I mean, I still think that first OP had the coolest little like panning continuous animation shot, and then that second OP had that cool switching between the characters thing. So I'm looking for more stuff on the level of that. It's very possible that they don't do that sort of stuff because that's, you know, they've used up their creativity already and they want to save that sort of stuff for in-show now, which would make sense. You know, I don't know exactly how OP production works generally. Like in all my time of watching anime and knowing somewhat about production stuff, I still haven't ever really thought that much about like when and how they do the OPs. Like at what point in the process do they do them? Is it the same team? Is it a different team? Sometimes, I'm pretty sure sometimes it is like just a completely different team of people. Sometimes it's like outsourced to good animators, or sometimes you know, it is within the animators of the thing, but it's got a different director than the main shows and stuff. But you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm just looking for more of those cool little continuous animation things if they do any more of those sorts of things. But those are tough to pull off, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't and they just went from here on out just with still images of Naruto characters, you know. But regardless, that is turning sadness into kindness. So let's get to the next one, which is called Go. Nice. Okay, Go. Here we go. Okay. Whoa. I think I might know this song. It sounds and kind of looks familiar. Ooh. The rapping. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if I saw this OP when I was a kid at some point. Because it looks and sounds a bit familiar. Oh my god, didn't I just say I wouldn't be surprised if they just went to still images, and this is an OP full of still images. Except for this, obviously. Just some run cycles, but I don't mind. I like run cycles. Yeah, it's all still images. That's really funny. Good song, though. I like the rapping breakdowns. What? That's so unsatisfying, having a slot machine and not having it win? What? Very nice. Okay, what kind of maniac puts a slot machine in an OP and has it go ding, 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 and it doesn't win anything? What? Why would you do that? If we're gonna see slot machines in media, they have to win. Otherwise, there's no purpose behind them. Because if I want to see a slot machine lose, I'll go to the casino. I see them lose all the time. It's called escapism, Naruto. I want to sit down and see a slot machine win for once. And I was so annoying because I saw the 7 pop up and then it was all messed up. Oh, that's so frustrating. that ruined the OP for me. But the rest of it was good. It is very funny that it did end up being still images, but you know, whatever. It doesn't matter because it was cool. I like that they did like a comic book style with that. The what's the thing called that goes in your ears? The song. The song was very catchy. It was, I mean, it felt more like a kid's show with that song than the other OPs have felt. Like, it sounds like that would be the sort of OP that would be on the English dubs back then. Like, you know how the English dubs would you know, make their own theme songs. When they were like kid shows and stuff, they would want to have English theme songs because kids would be like, why is it in Japanese? And understandably so, you can't blame kids or the companies for thinking that. But that sounds like the sort of thing that they would change it to so that it was like a kid's audience. Doesn't mean it's bad. Songs for kid shows are not bad. Pokemon theme song is, you know, a top 1 song of all time. So, yeah, it's understandable that would be the case, but yeah, it was a good song. It was a good song. I enjoyed it. It's still kind of in my head. It's probably the one that's most likely to be stuck in my head after this video is done, while the previous one was the one I'm more likely to go and re-watch or re-listen to again. But we're also seeing, like, even though they're putting less animation into it, the overall like art style is improving, I guess, just as TVs improve over these years and we're going closer and closer to HD at this point. So yeah, anyway, let's move into OP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Rhapsody of Youth. Here we go. Alright. Okay, alright. I like this opening. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, I like this guy's voice. Oh, this is great. Oh, the animation's great. Wow. Oh, this is really well put together. Whose arm is that? Naruto's? Oh, that's cool. Dropping it. Whoa. This is super unique sounding. Oh, yeah. That was a bit of a strange bit, but this is their rivalry going on. Oh, whoa, that ended so suddenly I wasn't ready to stop it. Man, that OP was great. That was one of my favorites. That was, I mean, the animation was back to being really awesome animation that I quite enjoyed watching. And the song was so good. That was a great song. I really, really liked that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think back to what exactly happened in that OP. I was getting very distracted. I'm still getting distracted. Well, what I'm thinking, I don't have time to speak. Yeah, it was a very good song. I'm actually gonna look at the visuals while I talk. Yeah, the animation had a step up. I liked the bit where like it was, I presume, Naruto's hand picking up the headband and pulling it up, and then it just like slipping from his fingers as it transitioned to who I presume are probably evil characters. Yeah, these sort of dark-haired people with a blue background. I presume they're evil characters just because of the evil glares on their face and the tone of the OP at that point. But, you know, you never know. Sometimes I've in my One Piece opening video, I've mentioned that, oh, is that character a villain? And then people have been like, that character's not a villain. What do you think? They're blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah, blah. But so, I don't know. I haven't seen the show. But yeah, it was surprisingly like smooth animation. I would say the one bit with the two characters like back to back, like Naruto, and I have a prediction of who this other character's name is, but I'm not going to embarrass myself by saying it. The rival character, Naruto, and that character back to back. When it was like sort of rotating around them and that sort of stuff was happening, and it was showing that they were, you know, rivals with each other or enemies. It was showing like, you know, flashbacks, I'm assuming, to the time that they had together and stuff. I don't know if the flashbacks were quite as effective because it was like it looked kind of strange in the center of the screen. I think maybe if it was like more of an overlay of like the entire screen rather than a circle in the center of the screen, that would have been more effective. In one of the My Hero Academia openings, I can't remember if it's Polaris. It might be Polaris, which is the season 4 opening. There's a bit where it's like showing the things they're fighting for and the memories and stuff, and it shows like Deku's, Bakugo's, and Uraraku's, I think. And it's sort of like from memory, it's either like behind them or it's like a full screen memory thing. And like that, I think that looks quite nice when it's like flipping between that. But when it's like a circle in the middle of the screen, I think it looks kind of strange. But I like the intention behind it. I really like when OPs show memories like that, and show what they're fighting for and show the things that they've gone through previously, because it brings back, while you're watching the openings, it brings back these memories. So anyway, good OP, very good OP. So we're going on to the next one, which is called No Boy, No Cry. Oh man, going hard on the drums here. Okay. Alright, why are there red bars at the top and bottom? Man, all the characters look so much older. Maybe I'm just noticing it now, and it's happened more subtly. These vocals are so strange. I think they work. Oh, the shadow moving was cool. Oh, that was a good animation with the pole. That was good as well, damn. Focused more on Sakura, I think that's her name. Okay, the chorus of the song is cool. Naruto's running a lot. Where's he going? Oh, he's going to kill himself. I see. That was cool. I liked that. I will say the song sounds very busy, doesn't it? Like it sounds, I mean, I admire that they're sticking with this garage band sound type feeling. I think that's pretty unique, and that is a almost a constant in a lot of these openings is it sounds a bit rougher, which I think is good. It feels like it's matching the vibe of these OPs. That they aren't necessarily these incredibly polished mainstream songs. They're underground garage bandy feeling songs. That got very I don't even know the words for it. Thing is, I'm not a musician. I don't know the terms that I'm using properly, So I can tell you about character arcs and stuff. That's my specialty, is character development and character arcs. And yet I can't ever do that in opening videos because I can't tell their character arcs, can I? I can barely see what's going on. So it's, it's hard to tell exactly. It's hard to dig deep into character techniques when you're watching a character running on screen constantly. And so in terms of music, all I can tell you is if it sounds cool or not. And I think the chorus was very cool. But it was everything was grating. Not in a necessarily annoying way, but in a confusing way. My ears didn't know what to do with it. However, some of the animation there was awesome. That was some really, I really liked that one person. I can't remember if it was a girl. I think one girl who had oh man, what's it called? The long stick. She had the long stick. And she was, doing her ninja moves with it and stuff, but it was just like a really smooth animation. And then there was another dude who was in the dojo or whatever, and that was panning around to him while doing. Plus, I mean, doing those sorts of moves while panning, that's crazy. That's got to be so difficult. And they don't need to do that. I think I would have been just as impressed and enjoyed it just as much if it was a still camera and doing that same animation. But it just makes it more dynamic, just having it pan slightly. It just means the animators have to think about perspective every damn shot. It's got to be crazy. I can't even imagine. I'm nowhere near an animator. I can barely draw stick figures, and so I'm just so blown away when people can do perspective like that as a camera is moving constantly. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, okay, good. That was No Boy No Cry. Let's move on to Wind and Wave Satellites. No, Wind and Wave Satellite. Okay. Oh, the color on this OP is cool. In fact, the art style of some of this is kind of cool as well. Whoa, the art style feels very strange and different. Here's how you do memories. I'm assuming these are memories. Full screen with him running. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I really like it. I'm trying not to look at the memories too much because I don't want to be spoiled in case I ever do watch Naruto. But yeah, that's cool seeing the running with the background. Yeah. And it's so cheap animation-wise because you're just reusing animation. This is cute. This is a cute scene. Aww. Wow, everyone's friends. Wow. Wow. That was such a simple OP. There's almost nothing to talk about there. I mean, it was it was an inoffensive song. I wouldn't say I was absolutely drawn to it. I wouldn't say it distracted me in any way. It just blended with the animation. The animation was mostly what I assumed to be reused animation from previously in the series. I mean, I doubt they animated all of those scenes from scratch. So yeah, it looks like that was them just like showing moments. It seems like this arc. I mean, this part of the show is just like this OP was made for just like a filler arc or something. But I mean, yeah, it was solid. It was solid. I didn't really have much to say about it because it just seemed like a very inoffensive OP. So I think we're just gonna move on to the next one. The next one is called Remember. Here we go. Okay. All right. Ooh. Damn. I like the pace of this song and the vocals. There's a cool moving shadow again. Very cool. I'm surprised at how many characters seem to be sticking around all this time, you know? I thought some of them would just be like 1 or 2 arc characters. Ooh. Oh, this is cool. This animation is cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Oh, all of this is really cool. Just the zooming in and out. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it was very, you know, classic shonen, but I really enjoyed just the zooming in and out as every character was showing off their abilities and stuff. That I really enjoy stuff like that. And I think there was even like a cool transition from Hinata, I think that's her name, to another character that I don't know the name of. It like zoomed into her eyes and came out of someone else's eyes, I think is what I caught. Which, I mean, that's just always really cool when you do that, and you do that pretty smoothly, especially with characters that look kind of similar. Like your brain, you know, won't even really process the transition if you're not paying attention super hard. So yeah, no, cool little thing. It was a good song as well. I really enjoyed the song on that one. It was catchy and cool, and I just realized how sort of far we are in the thing. Like, we've only got 1 OP left, and then that's the end of Naruto. So the next one is going to be the final OP of Naruto, and then there's Shippuden, which I'm pretty sure like Naruto and Naruto Shippuden are basically like the same show. Like it's just like a part 2 essentially, but they just, you know, I guess they just named it Shippuden just as a way to distinguish between the different parts of the show. But yeah, so this will be the final OP of Naruto, of the first part of the series. So this one is called Swaying, and that sounds super familiar. I wonder if I have actually heard this one. Okay, so we're going into Swaying. Here we go. Oh yeah, I've definitely heard this one, and maybe even seen it. Oh, cool. And this is a final OP as well. Ah, this feels nice. This would be a nice final OP, I think. Oh yeah, I recognize these visuals. Super creative. Yeah, very cool. Oh, this is cool. Like looking at him through a chain fence. Oh yeah, cool. Whoa. Aw. Like memories there. I'm assuming because they all look very young. Nice. Oh, this is so cool. This is such a good idea, having just silhouettes of the characters. That's so cool. Great idea. Oh, cool. That's cool. I mean, whoever came up with that idea, that's great because it gives this feeling of like, it gives this feeling of like nostalgia and there's these memories, and it focuses on their moves, which I assume in a ninja show you'd want to focus on like the martial arts of what they're doing, you know. And so like taking away the actual characters and just showing their silhouettes, it focuses entirely on what they're doing, the actions that they're doing, and I think that's really cool. The song was very nice. It was just very calming. I've heard it before, but I really like it. Very calming and cool. And yeah, again, feels like nostalgic, feels moving, you know. They interposed it with other cool little animation bits, but most of the OP was focused on these you know, nice martial arts moves and silhouettes. And then on top of that, they also probably loved it because it probably saved them some money because they got to focus on doing entirely the outlines of the characters, but they didn't have to worry about like coloring it and making sure that the proportions are all like perfect and all that sort of stuff. So very cool. And I think some of them, like those bits of the two characters bowing to each other and stuff, like you could just draw that once and flip it because they were doing the exact same thing. But yeah, that was cool and a great way to end those things. I feel like I went on a bit of a journey there. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, those were cool OPs. If you guys want me to do more of this stuff, in fact, if you want me to do like specifically Naruto Shippuden OPs, then let me know in the comments. If there's enough demand for it, then I will find some time and get around to doing that. But yeah, I enjoyed that. If you want to watch the full length, you can go to my Patreon account, and you can also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And just, yeah, tell me what you thought, tell me what your favorite one was, and tell me anything you want, give suggestions for the channel, anything along those lines is a-okay with me. I do a lot of cool stuff on this channel, so if you're new to this channel, you can go check out, I'm doing One Piece, I'm doing Death Note, I'm doing a bunch of seasonal shows as well, like Licorice Recoil and Call of the Night and stuff like that. So go check all that stuff out if you really want to see more of my reactions to stuff. I'm better, I think, at reacting to shows than I am at reacting to OPs, because OPs are not in my wheelhouse. I just enjoy watching them. But character stuff, that's in my wheelhouse. So if you want to hear character discussions, go check out my episode reactions to different shows. Anyway, let's wrap this up. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.